loving with a song that I wrote yesterday. Ooh, that's a great song. And I hope you can hear what the words and the music have to say. Yeah. Y'all know about that Engelberg to the Humperdinck? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. I sing you. The audio is working pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's so hard to explain everything that I'm feeling. Face to face, I just seem to go dry. 'Cause I love you so much that the sound of your voice can get me high. Yeah. What a great song. Thanks for sending me, I don't know the rest, on a one-way trip to the sun. Good to see you, Logan and Jenkins. Thanks for giving me into a someone, whatever the words. Hey, I want to talk about this thing here dealing with women and the approach. Oh, the approach. The approach. Hey, how y'all doing over there on YouTube? Y'all all right over there? Y'all all right over there on YouTube? It's so good to see you. Yeah, been missing you too, and that. Been missing you too. Been missing a lot of y'all. Yeah, we were in jail. we broke out of YouTube jail. We broke out and we free. Give us free. Okay? All right? My thing is acting up here. But let's get this ball of cracker lacking, okay? Uh-oh. And I know that this song isn't saying anything new, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is the evening edition. Baby. How y'all is? Come on in. Water's fine. Water's fine. Water's fine. I was just singing an Engelberg Humperdinky. What a ditty. Yeah, y'all don't know about that. Good to see you, Mario. Blessed to you. Yeah, I ain't seen y'all in a while. I forgot what y'all look like. My, have y'all grown over there, on YouTube. My, have you grown, Eleanor? Yeah, my. Okay. Let's get this going here. The approach of women. Okay. Good afternoon to you. The approach of women. Turn that down, because every time y'all comment, it goes tink. You can hear it, can't you? All right, keep the comments going. The approach of women to men. Is it okay? All right, let me show y'all my Facebook wall here and show y'all what we were talking about. Welcome back. Dreams of you damn bad. Okay. All right, right here. Should women approach men? I call it the Ruth effect. All right. It says, has it really gotten out of control with women? Or is this a new norm that women approach men for dates, show interest, or even get on one knee and propose? Many women said that they have to approach. All right, I'm on here, man. I'm busy. What say you? 'Cause I need some material for my 8 p.m. show. All right. Now, the comments came in. They were quite interesting, to say the least. All right. Good to see you, Loretta Johnson. Man, miss you. Where you been? All right. These comments were coming in, and they were pretty good, pretty deep. They were here, and they were there, and they were all over the place. All right. Now, I did find two comments quite intriguing. Quite intriguing. All right. I'm going to tell y'all what those two comments be. Okay. Because those two comments sparked something else. Two comments came from brothers, and one comment came from the lady. All right. That I'm going to show you in this thing here, okay? Because I post that because I wanted to find out. I wanted to find out from the ladies how they felt about approaching a man. There are a lot of missed opportunities out there. Missed opportunity. Why? Well, because some of y'all are just very deep. All right, so here is the typical response. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. That is the typical response. I got a problem with that. I got a biggie problem with that. All right, because here's the thing, and I think one of the brothers I'm gonna share, I'm gonna read his comment, kind of nailed it by what I'm getting ready to say. Because I want to know is why do we follow one relationship situation in the Bible, but we don't follow all these other relationships in the Bible. We pick and choose which relationship we want to follow and cater that relationship after a promising one that we are after. All right, Lisa, I think you always buff. You buff and you get your stuff gets shut down earlier than everybody else. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time. All right. Why is this? All right. So when you turn to Proverbs chapter 18, which is where the ladies always go. All right. The ladies always go to Proverbs 18. Okay. And what does it say in Proverbs 18 and 22? Here's what it say. It say, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor of the Lord. And then y'all shut up. See, the woman should not be approaching the man should be approaching the woman. Okay. But when you look throughout the whole Bible, you see conflicting relationship stories. Conflicting. Because if you just go by what this says, shouldn't there be a lead-up verse to it? Or a verse after it to explain, well, who finds a wife finds a good thing. Okay, where is this wife? How do I find her? What's the beginning? What's the starting process? Where is the beginning starting line? Okay, and then what happens after that? I know it says it finds favor, but can you lead me up to it? That's too vague. It's too vague. As a matter of fact, look at everything around it leading up to it. The writer of Proverbs 18 is jumping from one point to another. It's just jumping from one point and it jumps to another. And then he talks about a man finding a wife, or what King James says, whoso. All right. Now it depends on which Bible version you're going to go with. King James says whoso. NLT may say he. All right. Another translation may say he. Another one may say whoso. Okay. Well, which so? Which so is it? All right. Well, here's the issue that I'm having here with relationship tips is you will not find relationship tips or dating tips in the Bible. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. There is no great dating advice in the Bible. Period. Can't do it. You know why? Because you live in America. You are of a Western society. You understand? And you have a different culture than those in the Bible in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East. Understand? You are not Jews. At least some of you may be Jews. I don't know. But it is not your culture. You're not of the children of Israel. Many of you. Some of you probably are. It's not your culture. So what we try to do, Hope White, is borrow the culture of the Bible, okay, and bring it to our situation, and let me ask you a question. How did Isaac and Rebekah hook up? How did Jacob hook up with Leah and Rachel? How did David and Bathsheba hook up? How did Solomon and the Shulamite woman hook up? Where did the husband find the Proverbs 31 woman? Where'd she come from? Where did Peter find his wife? How'd they hook up? And how did Boaz get hooked up with Ruth? You can't just pick one and then say, I like that one, but then look at all the other things, selections in the Bible on how they got their wives and say, I don't want that one. Well, ain't all of it, shouldn't all of it apply to you if you're going to choose one? And had her face covered up. That was Rebecca. See what I'm saying? Come on, y'all got the answers. Yeah, blessed. I know. I was gonna put some. Blessed. I missed you so much. Missing you. That was funny. All right, the Bible, the worst dating. Amber Rogers. Yeah, y'all think y'all gonna get every piece of advice from the Bible? Do you get your tax advice from the Bible? What kind of you do? Jesus said, render to Caesar what's Caesar. So that's true. That's true. All right. Bad example. All right. But we think we can get everything from that, especially as it pertains to dating. All right. So let's break this down. During the time in which the scripture was written, this was arranged marriages. And my mother could have had some woman already prepared for me from a next door neighbor. They raised her. Look at Coming to America. Look at it. Okay. They groomed this girl from birth to become the bride of a king. The prince, Jaffe was the father, whatever his name was. Okay. Akeem, Prince Akeem. Prince Akeem didn't select his bride. The parents selected his bride. And then when he found her, he didn't want her. You understand what I'm saying? So which culture are y'all going to go with? You can't just use Proverbs 18. You just can't. Levetta? You just can't. Now y'all knew I was going to go. Y'all knew I was going to come on the side and get y'all. You knew that, right? All right, well, let's go back to Facebook then. And let's look at some of the comments. All right. Annie Lucas, a woman, all right, says this. Annie Lucas says, if he don't see her, that says a lot. If he's not interested, she says, nope. Drop an indirect bait and then wait for it. And if he take it, good. If not, oh well, his loss. Some of the ladies did not like Annie Lucas's comment response. I thought it was absolutely correct. Correct. She said, drop a bait. There's baits that have been dropped through all these stories in here. These baits were dropped and the man stumbled on the bait. He might have fell over her. He stumbled over her. She was laying there in the grass and he fell over her. Why was she laying there in the grass? Because she saw him coming. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Well, let me see what Joe Hill said. Joe Hill says, I think this has much to do with age. True, I agree with him. The elders of us were taught that men should pursue and women should play hard to get. I agree. Younger, more enlightened people see all things as equal. In a perfect relationship, both parties pursue and are pursued. Did y'all hear that from a brother? He says, in a perfect relationship, both parties pursue and are pursued. But don't take my word for it. I ain't gonna read the rest. He's right. He is correct. In a perfect relationship, both are pursuing. You deep ladies, one of the reasons why you are still single after all of these years is because you're not dropping baits. Now, your pastor ain't going to teach this lesson the way I'm teaching it. It's not going to happen. Missionary Bobo ain't teaching it like this. Nope. It's totally against it. But I need you to tell them to go back to the Bible and explain to them why are they teaching it this way. It's because the average Christian don't understand the customs of the Old Testament, of the Middle Eastern people, or the either Middle East or Eastern or African. Okay, women will approach men when the society changed the narrative. Okay. Hey, ladies, yes, we should pursue you, but you must be yourself in a position to be found. It's all about the positioning. Now, that's vague in itself because the positioning, how do you position yourself? All right, here's what Art Lewis said. I'm gonna go to what he said at the end here. He says, I find it amazing, he says, that many in the church has the notion of living in the world but not being of it. You're living in the world, but not being of it. He says, yet will cling to societal traditions and practices and impose them upon the word to claim it is divinely ordained, thus validating the practice. That's why our churches are filled with Old Testament practices. Old Testament practices. They didn't even apply to you. As a matter of fact, many in the Old Testament got rid of that whole system. Many of the Orthodox Jews that I talk to says, why are y'all doing stuff that we don't even have to do anymore? We don't have a national temple. Why are y'all doing stuff like that? Hey, V. Tyson. A heart right there. Okay. Why y'all doing that stuff? All right. So y'all have adopted something that the people who started it got rid of. All right. And some things. So he says, then they will excuse or look over a happenstance that plays out differently in the story of Ruth. And I'm going to bring up Ruth, and you ain't going to like it. Many of you know the story, but many of you don't know the story. You think you know it, and it's cute. Everybody looking for their Boaz. Well, I got a problem. How are you looking for a Boaz as according to how Ruth looked for it, and then tell me he who finds a wife finds a good thing? You are bipolar. Men are hunters, he says. Men are also farmers. How does that analogy fit in the courting ritual? How does that fit in the courting ritual? He says every culture has a different style of establishing marital unions. During the time of a man who finds a wife finds a good thing, many men did not go out and actively search out their wives. That's what we've been trying to tell y'all. It was done for them, either by their mother, a professional matchmaker, or done of regional political advantage. Do you understand what I'm saying? So how you find this said wife seems to be really left up to us. The important thing is just finding her. So King James says, whoso. That means anybody can find my wife. Do y'all understand? Is this hurting y'all? Is this too much for you? Is it too much? All right. So there have been many relationships. Look at some of the sad stories of an elderly man and an elderly woman on two different sides of the world. He 80, she's 75, and they've been bumping into each other for 50, 60 years, they're in love with each other, but not one of them said anything. Not one time did she drop a bait. Not one time. And you see these on the news. There's always this beautiful love story that an 80-year-old and a 75-year-old got married, all right, for the first time, and they live in a happy ever after. Well, they might live happily ever after for about 5 years because, well, he's 80, okay? And you listen to how I sometimes tear up because I say, you guys were 20 years old and she never dropped the bait that she was interested? Never? Now, he might have been dropping baits. I don't know. All right. But many of the stories that I see, both of them were too afraid to say anything. So what happens is the woman suffers. Well, the man suffered too because he wants her. But the woman suffers because she's still waiting on this man to drop the most prominent bait. And he don't, because he don't know. He is afraid of rejection. Why, ladies, do you think that men are not afraid of rejection? I hate rejection. Please don't reject me. If I come to you, come up to you or approach you and say certain words, because I'm not very bold. Y'all like, Sirwalterj, you ain't bold. Stop lying. I'm an introverted man. It seems like I ain't, but the people who know me know I'm introverted. Understand? See, right now, this is my thing. This is my world right here. This is just a small side of me, what y'all see here, pal. But if you come to my town and hang out with me for a couple of days, you're gonna be like, who is this dude? What? I need you to. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj. So do that. No, I can't. That ain't me. I'm sorry, that ain't me. I sit in my corner. I watch TV and eat popcorn and walk down the street. Don't say nothing. I don't say nothing all day long. I'm just quiet. I'm a mouse because I'm introverted. And if you understand the life of some of these men entertainers, notice the average entertainer is introverted. Many of these guys who were comedians, notice the reason why some of them committed suicide. Some of them are suffering with depression and bipolar and schizophrenia, all kind of stuff, all right? On stage, they're the funniest people in the world. But throughout the week, you talk to their neighbors, the neighbors will be like, I don't never see him. I don't know. He's so antisocial. He's so introverted. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him. The ladies don't know that because you ain't tapped into your spirit, man. You ain't tapped in. All right. So I come out being very boring to people who meet me for the first time. I'm boring. Like, do something, dance, do a song, play the piano, jump up and down, do one of your catchphrases, ooh to the wee wee, do something. No, that's I'm not on stage. You didn't know that, did you? Well, you know now. Yeah. See, Maurice Gregory. When he's preaching, he's into the word of God and he's pounding and he's letting you know what thus says the scripture. As soon as he turn it off, where's Maurice? Ain't he? Yeah, he right there. You sure that's Maurice Gregory? Yeah. That's the same guy? Yeah, that's the same one. I know Maurice Gregory. So I've known him for years. Robin Williams, there you go, Jenkins. He committed suicide. They're like, how? Those men on John Belushi and the other one, all right, gone because they suffered. All right, so drop a bait. Read it again, my brother, because that you're missing is the fact that Boaz was Ruth good thing. Who's a what? What are you talking about? All right. Okay. Flora's like, I can't believe this. Walter is introverted. No way. Flora known me for many years. All right. Her father raised me. Yeah. Dr. Oswald P. Bronson was the president of Bethune-Cookman College for almost 30 years. Flora Stitt. That man raised me. And his younger years, he'll tell you, what's wrong with that boy? Dr. Bronson, he'd walk home and I'd be in his house at his dinner table. And do you talk? I was 18 when I met him. Son, do you talk? Yes, sir. Say something. Hi. I've always been that way. All right. But man, put me on a piano, put me on a microphone, and I'll make your mama cry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they think your art can't be on all the time. Yes, I laugh a lot. I like having fun. Okay, all right, William. Mm-hmm. Promises. Good to see you. Good to see you. My wife approached me the first time. See, ooh-wee. Pitts, you're right on time. I haven't even gotten to the deeper matter yet. She was referred to. Oh, your comment about Ruth. Oh, okay. I got to go up and find that later on. All right, Psychology Today asks the question, should women pursue men? Now, this is an article from someone of the world, and so sometimes trying to get dating advice from worldly sites like eHarmony, Date.com, Black Planet, and all these sites. Okay, you're gonna see how they bring in they gotta now say heterosexual. Okay, they gotta now. Before you didn't have to make it stipulation, but now we got cisterns, okay, and spectrums and all these stuff. You gotta put that in there. All right. So I don't always agree with the things that I read. I'll tell you I disagree with it. All right. So you know whether I agree with something or not. Anyway, it should come as no surprise that the dating landscape has changed significantly over the years. Just as quickly as technology advances, the speed and structure of romantic relationships appear to have been done the same way. So while I have had a vague idea that the times have changed, it wasn't until earlier last week, she is saying, this is a woman, when I was in a male colleague's office discussing heterosexual relationships, that I came to a startling realization. Apparently, I'm living in an alternate reality. He says, she says, many of us were brought up by the generation of parents who came to be married in times of many traditional dating and courtship. But it says, stop hollering. In the previous post, I discussed when people would go steady and so forth. While each generation certainly does things a little differently, I may have been under a serious flawed impression. So she was living the old school way. Many of us, I'm old school, Buddy's old school, some of these brothers are old school, all right? I still like to be the chaser, the thrill of the chase, all right? And men, you'll see later on as I read further, you'll see that men like to be chased, but there's some stipulations to him allowing you to chase him, all right? I thought that the strong, intellectual, independent woman who approaches a man herself was an outlier, and it's not the norm, she says. A handful of my female friends have found themselves in happy, satisfying relationships in this manner, but I had not realized how common this has become. Things are different, y'all, today, she's saying, and yet there have also been those who warned of the hazards of this approach. Ladies, be careful on the bait that you drop. You always wonder if he could or he would have chosen you himself, and if you just did a really good job of convincing him. Pause. Let's go back to the story of the 80-year-old man and the 75-year-old woman. Usually the story is a happy ending, but a very sad ending, because 50 years, maybe 60 years of their life was missed out. They could have spent a good 50, 60 years together, happily ever after, had children, and build generational wealth together. They were madly in love, okay? All this stuff was missed out all those years because they both was waiting on one to say something. And many of you ladies are right now sitting at home eating bonbons, watching, I don't know, Oprah or somebody who's on, okay? Waiting on that man to say something to you. You bump into him at work, you bump into him at the church, you bump into him at the grocery store, okay? You know he's single, all right, but you're afraid to say anything to him because you feel, because of your teaching from your pastor, your Mother Johnson, Mother somebody said, nuh-uh, be found, just sit there, be patient, wait on the Lord. He that finds a wife, whoso finds a good thing, blah, 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 and you sit there, and then, well, the flower of your time is passing by. It's just passing on by. As soon as you raise the window, the flower go out the window, all right? And you're getting older, a little decapitated. Okay, right? And then you're waiting, and before you know it, some other woman drops the bait, and then he takes the bait. He gone. And then you turn on Facebook, and there is a big rock that this woman is on his page. There it is. There's the rock. All right? Can you smell what the rock is cooking? There it is. And you're like, how could that be? We've been friends for 20 years. We've gone to the movies and we've went out to eat and blah, blah, blah. But you never dropped. Those not baits. He just like eating. He like going to the movies. He like doing those things you do, but y'all became friends, and you never showed any interest because you felt You felt that if you show any kind of interest or drop any kind of bait, that the values that you've been taught about approaching a man is going out the door. Time is gone. And there you are sitting there rocking in your chair. What's wrong, baby? He done found somebody else. I thought I was the one. Well, baby, did you drop a bait? What's a bait? Well, we went fishing. Drop the bait. And stop looking in the Bible for dating advice. You ain't gonna find it. I'm sorry. It's gone. Thrill is gone, baby. Yep. All right. So you'll always wonder. Women are like apples on trees. The best ones are at the top of the tree. And most men don't want to reach for the good ones because they are afraid of falling and getting hurt. So instead, they sometimes take the apples from the ground that aren't as good, but it's easy. Now, this is against your teaching. All right. They're saying the apples at the top think something is wrong. All right. With them, when in reality, they're amazing. You ladies are not being approached by the brother or the brothers is because you think something's wrong with you. You high maintenance. Maybe you are. I don't know. All right. And he is intimidated by you. You're untouchable. So you're waiting. He never comes by. So he picks an apple off of the ground. Right. So the apples at the top think something is wrong with you. So they just have to wait for the right man to come along, the one who is brave enough to climb all the way to the top of the tree. But here's the problem with this. Again, you're at the top of the tree and you're just up there dangling, all right, and just up there by yourself. And after a while, you start rotting. Why? Because you got all these men on the ground walking around. They look up, oh, that's too tall. That's too tall. Well, what's happening here? Two things are happening here. Number one, times of change, and we into a universal homosexual situation. Who is the homosexual? I talk about this guy. I talked about it in my book. Shameless plug, The 4 Women That Men Desire. The homosexual is the guy who don't really do, no matter, he just don't. He lazy, all right? He wants you because you got a house, a car, a good job, got food in your refrigerator. He move in because he ain't got nowhere else to go. We ain't talking about that guy right now. We did that show already. But there are some brothers who are tired of you dangling so high. You so high and lifted up in your train, feel this temple. You too high up there, all right? And he's like, listen, I've been dropping hints. I've been dropping, and you just dangling there waiting on me to say something else. Now I gotta say something else. I'm a gentleman. I'm chivalrous. I've been opening the doors for you. I shake your hand gently and I say things to you, and you just dangling up there because you want me to dangle up there with you. I can't. I just can't. I don't have the strength to do it. Can you come down just a little bit from your high? Think outside the box and then drop me a signal. Then your signal or your bait that you drop causes me to say, wow, there is an interest there. So now let me build my surroundings up so that I can dang on the tree upstairs. What am I saying here? If you are that high up in the tree and you drop some kind of sign that there is an interest, that man who really wants you will find every honest way to get it done. That's even if he need to clean his fingernails, brush his teeth, cut his hair, buy some new clothes, get a second job, go to community college, okay, do something because he know that he can't take care of you. So he said, listen, just wait right there. Now that I know that there was an interest there, let me go clean my life up. Come on, Sassy said, drop your handkerchief. Come on. It still works. It still works. But if you're going to be up in that tree for season after season, and you know the apples don't stay in the tree every season. Them apples are coming down, and before you know it, that prize apple is at the top. When the right season comes, you're going to be there on the ground with the rest of them. You understand? I'm not compromising my standards for nobody's Lord Jesus. All right. Y'all gonna be single for the rest of your life. I'm trying to give y'all some good advice. Y'all better hear me. Drop your apples. Drop your apples. Drop a sign. All right, because let me tell you, worms climb up the tree. The longer that apple is up there, the worms climb up the tree and get into the apple. And then finally, after you settling down for just anybody, he biting into the apple in his worm field. He like, I don't want that. You done passed the flower of your time. There are theories and rules. The more assertive a woman, the better. But too assertive, and she's desperate. Did you hear me? Be subtle. Be subtle, but not desperate. Become a friend, but don't land yourself in the friend zone. Oh, man, I don't think y'all getting this. Remember, East Coast men are more aggressive. Yes, they are. Trust me. Trust and obey. Okay? West Coast men are a little more laid back. Y'all didn't know that? It's true. Now, does this mean that the Midwest guys are more in the middle? Well, not necessarily. Okay? Now, with so many obvious rules, it comes as no surprise that companies have now started classes teaching individuals how to date. And these include in vivo exposure elements and all this other stuff that they're doing. Okay. All right. I don't have to read the rest of that. All right. I want to get to the Bible, okay, to see what the Bible have to say. There was a question though that I saw on a site that asked, do men like being approached by women? All right. Do men like being approached by women? What do men think about being approached? Now, the truth is, this person is saying a lot of guys off and online talk about how they would love if a woman they like would approach them. I need y'all to hear this real close. Real close. Yeah, be a friend, not a fan. Yeah, Jackie, I like that. I kind of like that. Okay. Some sisters are too for it before the brother can get it. Yeah, that's true. And I'm right here, Effie. Here's where I am. Here's where I am. Okay. It says, the truth is, often in online, talk about how they would love if women would approach them. So they don't have to feel the pressure all the time of being the ones initiating in advance and potentially getting rejected. Men, ladies, want you to approach them. Do you understand? Y'all like, the cow and the milk scenario. Shut up. Men want it. Especially today, because of the scenarios today. It's crazy. All right, it's crazy. But men want it. But how you give it to them is everything I said prior. Let me fix this for you. My husband still talk about the time I approached him to our children, and that was see Joyce. I love that man. I love him. I don't even know him yet. All I know is I can't pronounce your last name. That's all I know. What's his name? Matthews? I can't forget his name. All right. So what makes the disconnect? Why would a woman approaching a guy not receive a positive or enthusiastic response? Okay. A lot of women I've talked to believe it is because the guy feels insecure, or that the woman taking initiative threats their male ego. All right. A lot of guys, they want you to approach them, but they don't want you to go so hardcore because it breaks down their male ego. And I don't care if he's saved, sanctified, or a devil worshiper. A man is a man. No matter what his spiritual take is, he's still got the DNA of a man. And there was something built in him, innate and natural, for him to respond in a man kind of way. So, which presumes that if the man didn't have a hang up about being approached, they would welcome the attention and respond positively, maybe even try to get the woman's number or give them their number. So when you drop a subtle bait, then it stirs up the man in him to take the bait and then he starts chomping at it. You understand? When he starts chomping at it like a slow engine, all right, I know I can. If he's interested, all he needs is a little bait. Sharks have attacked men and devoured them in the water because of a little blood. It don't take a bucket of blood to go into the water for a shark to be interested. It take a little bitty drop, click, and sharks a mile away. Shoot! So I'm telling y'all, ladies, drop just a little clue, and that the nature in the man will leap at it. That's all he need is just a small window of opportunity. All right? This in turn depends on the assumption that any guy would jump at the bit to get with any woman, really anyone that makes herself available to him. This, he says, I'm sorry to tell you, may not be true. Men, just like women, like being approached by women that they find attractive. This is very important. This is not universal for you who may be unattractive and who may be attractive. Now, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But it says, which means that men, again, just like women, do not like to be approached by a woman that they find unattractive. Understand? Joe said, drop it. Drop it. Again, if you're not attractive to him, I don't care how many baits that you drop down there, he ain't interested. So it does have to do with looks. Has everything to do with that, all right? Okay? So what's the disconnect? A man who was approached by someone they are not interested in might get stuck in his head and feel really awkward about making an outright rejection. Yep. Or they may weigh whether to respond because he says, hey, there's a dude. They are dudes. Shouldn't they just accept an advance they receive from a woman? And many women think no matter how she look, she makes an advance at him and he's supposed to wake up and respond to that and then jump at it. He ain't gonna do it. He's still interested in someone who fits his makeup. And I ain't talking about makeup, okay? If they go along with it, it might get weird and potentially hurtful, especially if they are not truly interested in that woman. Somebody gonna get hurt. You gonna get hurt because you got rejected. He feels hurt because I don't know what to say to her. Every time I turn around, she sending me messages. She's sending me too many. She saw the Sirwalterj show, and the woman then got crazy. She don't know what subtle is. Yeah. For the woman, that shift gets really confusing. Like, wait a minute. I did the thing. I dropped the hint. I approached the guy. Why isn't he responding? Well, the answer may have less to do with the man feeling his masculinity is being threatened. All right. Meaning I am the hunter, and more to do with whether he is into the woman. So if he lacks social skills or is not into her, he may not know how to respond to her, let alone reject the approach. There are a lot of brothers who didn't have a father to show him these things because the father might have been abusive to the mother or the father was not in the home. Understand? So when I was married with children, I was always loving on my wife in front of my children, opening doors. My wife wasn't allowed to open no doors, either in the house or in the car or whatever, or in the restaurant. I pulled tables out. My children saw that. Understand? So my son know how to be chivalrous with the women that he dated down through the years. I've seen the gentleman in him. My daughter's the same way because I treat my daughter like I would my wife, all right? Because I very chivalrous with my daughter. She's not allowed to open doors. She's not allowed to do this, not allowed to do that. I'm talking way before she got pregnant, okay? I mean, for the 26 years of her life, I have shown her how men should act with women. I embrace her. I gently hug her, okay? I do things that are very decent. All right. And so then when she started getting men interested, she began to compare me, how father treats her, with these other men who were interested, which caused her to reject the men. No, my father wouldn't have said that to me. No, my father would have opened that door. No, my father would not allow him to say that to me. No. All right. And many of that came unconsciously. Okay. So let's go into the Bible, shall we? Because it gets crazy. From here, let's talk about Ruth. You right? Let's talk about it. Sometimes dropping bait can be misunderstood as a sexual thing. Well, you won't know until you drop it. Because if you keep sitting by thinking that that's it, then you're going to be 80 years old. Saying, hey, I'm going to be thinking this for the rest of my life. All right? And again, a lot of this is physical carnality, more social, on and on. We haven't even talked about the spiritual aspect yet. They ain't even talked about that yet. Don't y'all got the Holy Ghost? Huh? Do not offer to cook him spaghetti. Buddy Gill, I hate my best friend. I hate him. All right? Let's go to the Bible. All right, now let's talk about Ruth and this situation. Y'all read Ruth chapter 3. All right? V said, what on earth does that mean? Hey, you got to ask Buddy, because he's the crazy one. He is telling the truth. I compare other men to my father. Fuzz, good to see you, by the way, Dillard. This message is so true. Is that why I'm not married? I compare every man to my dad. Not necessarily, Fuzz Dillard. That doesn't necessarily mean that's why you're not married. All right, because you understand that the choice of men that y'all have today, unfortunately, gosh, I pray for women all the time because of the choices. Again, it's not always the man's fault. Many times it could be the mother's fault who raised the child in a really bad, toxic situation where she was bringing men in the home and things like that. All right. Or it could be the father's fault because he was not there. All right. So this boy is growing up in this environment. He don't know how to be chivalrous. So ladies, some of y'all are dating or you're engaged or you are married to a man who don't know how to open doors and say certain words to you. He's never experienced that before. You can't keep beating him up for that. Now you in a marriage, so marriage fault is 50-50. It's 50% his fault, 50% your fault. Okay. Y'all in the marriage. All right. But you can't keep beating up these men who don't know how to open doors. Maybe he don't know how. He's never been taught that. Boaz died that night after no, what? What are you talking about? Okay. All right. Saying out of experience, not of thoughts. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. I definitely watched how my dad treated my mom. Ooh, my God, your father was an amazing man. I seen it I was in the home floor. I seen it and I said, oh my God, when I get married, I want to be like the Bronsons. My relationship with my dad was so positive and he showed me how a man was supposed to be treated. Yes, that's good. Okay, not every man is looking for love, but just want help and a place to stay. Yeah, he's a homosexual. I said that. Ruth chapter 3, here's what it says. It is right for Naomi to desire security for Ruth. Here's the focus on the family. It is right for Naomi to desire security for Ruth, her daughter-in-law. All right. Ruth is in a very precarious position. She is a foreigner. She's widowed and poor. All right. So security is an interesting word in Hebrew. Some translations say, shall I not provide a home for you? All right. Security. The term has both ideas in mind, a place of rest and a secure home and a place of acceptance and protection. You understand? You want to be taken care of. And because Naomi knows that Ruth is committed to taking care of her mother-in-law, she realizes that Ruth's advantages are going to be her advantages too. She's not foolish, and she wants a good outcome for both of them. Y'all understand? Understand? Okay? Women who don't have that father figure sometimes have an awkward time drawing boundaries and knowing what is good. That's good. It works the same way with the women who don't have that father. That's good. Yes, I said homosexual. Yes. All right. Now, let's consider the special or the specific advice that Naomi gave Ruth. All right. Ruth chapter 2 and then chapter 3. Look at the setup. Everything she said had to do with Ruth's physical attractiveness and the timing of her physical nearness to Boaz. Wasn't nothing spiritual about it. Everything was physical attractiveness. So y'all looking for your Boaz according to Ruth? I don't think you are. You can't be. And if you are, some of y'all just nasty. Because first of all, they was related. All right, now that's the culture. Now, if you want to bring in that culture today, you nasty. Now, she picks what time of the year? She picks harvest time, which in agricultural communities all over the world is a festive occasion. All right? So the party is thrown after what's called the winnowing. Sometimes you hear the Bible, King James says the winnowing floor, okay? When the heaps of grain are on the threshing floor, or the winnowing fork, you would hear, the winnowing fork. So she anticipates that Boaz will have something to drink. Y'all talking about a Mickey and putting something in her drink and all that stuff? Yeah. Where y'all think they get this from? So, and the text later notes that his heart was merry, which means he was tipsy. Everybody in the house getting tipsy. Yep. Naomi counsel is, listen what Naomi said to her. Wait until his wits are least about him. All right? Look as good as you can. Get sexy for him. Wash yourself, right? Scrub, douche, do the whole wash. Whatever you can do, wash it. This Monday night, y'all, I'm allowed to say these things. All right? Get a good cleaning and anoint yourself. That is, put on an alluring fragrance. Chanel, number 5. I'm dating myself. All right? Put on your most attractive clothes and snuggle up to his feet at a time when he'll least expect it. Hold up. Holdeth thou up. Hold up. Are y'all doing this today? Huh? Are y'all doing this today to get your Boaz? Huh? Notice what the mama said. Put on your tightest skirt. Come on, put it all together. Put on some perfume. Wash, rinse, repeat. Go to the man's house while he's drunk. At midnight, go lay in his bed. Get up under him. Y'all doing that today? Y'all nasty. Now, he got a skirt. Men wore skirts back then. Girdles and skirts. They even wore wigs. Okay? Now, if he wearing a skirt, he laying in the field, he ain't got no tighty whities on, y'all. He ain't got no hands. Our hands and your hands, they hug you, they hold you, they never let you go. That's for women. Okay, anyway. Yeah. So, which means his boys is dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Okay? His boys are free. Fancy free. That's what women are doing. Yet these men marry this kind of woman. Come on, Fuzz. Fuzz. You're making me all fuzzy inside. Come on, you better preach that. That explains a lot. Joe, I hate you. I hate you as much as I do my best friend. All right, now, she is sitting at his feet. while his boys are dangling free. How y'all doing? Boy, you all right? I'm doing fine too. Good, good. The breeze, the show is nice tonight. Master asleep. He all intoxicated. And Ali oxygen free. They're just dangling. And he's snoring, all right? And the wind is coming in. That's a strong wind coming in, all right? And she gets up under that. Don't even know if the man had took a shower, a bath, and scrubbed his balls. You don't know. She just said, go in there and lay up under the boys. Just lay. Y'all do that? Huh? Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Okay? So then he say, then wait and see what happens. Ruth was not directed to say anything. Maybe just waft her scent in his direction. So she walked up to him at his feet, lay there, and just do you know how a woman walk by you? Sometimes y'all got too much cologne, perfume. Ladies, tone that down just a little bit. Can y'all turn that down a little bit? Tone that down just a little bit. Why when you walk by me, 8 minutes later, I still smell you in my nostrils like I'm getting a COVID exam. Why I got to get a COVID exam? Because tone that down just a little bit, please. Make it subtle. Okay. Now he say, waft your scent in his direction, or hope he was captured in some other way by her presence. Understand? Naomi's advice is about beguiling the man, being alluring. Naomi doesn't intend for Ruth to seduce him on the threshing floor, but she wants her to be alluring, to tempt him. All right. And certainly Ruth would never agree to such a plan, to have to sleep with this man. No, but be alluring. There's a difference. All right. But what she clearly does intend is that the evening will contain enough sexual tension so that Boaz will make a decision. See, there must be tension to make a decision based on the power of romantic possibilities. You see these words. Now, seduction means I'm getting ready to get something. You don't take off that time to seduce somebody and you don't finish the job unless you just playing around, all right? So she wasn't so much trying to seduce him into having sex. She was being alluring so that she can get to him to a certain height so that we can wait. Now, is there anything spiritual here? Yeah, Naomi knew what was getting ready to happen because she said, wait, and then listen to his response. I don't think y'all getting any of this. There was sexual tension going on. Yeah, it was. His boys was like, hey, we haven't had this kind of attention in a while. Wake up, boy, wake up. What's going on? Hey, wake up. Master getting ready. Master, can you use me? He's a master. He's anyway, the Bates Motel. He's the master of the Bates Motel. That's a code. It's a code. Brothers know what that is. All right. I don't think I would give my son the same advice today. Don't want him to get caught up in no, in the Me Too movement. Patricia, don't do it. Which means he must be attracted to you for there to be sexual tension. Yep, there it is. Tension. Come on. Come on. Y'all preach this. She's cunningly appeared to his yes. Sometimes if you wear the same fragrance, the fragrance is already in your clothes. So just that's good. Yep, just a tiny little bit. That's it. Just spray a little bit and be done with it. Or grab the skirt or dress off and take a sniff. And if you smell it, well, you may not be able to smell it because you wear it all the time. So you might be immune, like the president is immune to COVID. You might be immune to it. So you get somebody else to smell it. Do you smell that? Yeah, girl, I smell that. Don't put no more on that. You're going to kill that man. Yeah. Wait. Yes. Good to see you from the African Black Solutions. Okay. Now, the problem is that you don't arrive at security and rest, which is what Naomi is setting out to do. All this alluring stuff doesn't really mean security just yet. So by maneuvering people around their better judgment, you don't ultimately create a relationship that is going to have enough depth to be really honest by learning to maximize someone's inability to think clearly. He's drunk, maybe. All right. Now he's sexually stimulated. All right. What kind of decision intellectually is this man going to make? So stealthy manipulation isn't the way to build security in a relationship. It doesn't work in any setting. When a man is inside of you, ladies, he'll tell you anything you want to hear. Do you hear what I'm saying? The kids in the bed, right? Why our men have the sexual tension but get scared and go ghost. All right, I think I kind of said it here, Fuzz. Okay, you guys, getting a man all riled up, so he's thinking what y'all say. He's thinking with his penis. That's what y'all said, or his other head. Well, you did that. You lured him to that position because you want him to give me your credit card or something like that. Well, you get him to a place, right? And if he's in bed and he's inside of you, he will tell you the world is flat. And orange is the new apple. Whatever you want him to say, he'll say. He'll propose to you. He'll tell you he's going to take you to France on a 2-week vacation as long as he's in there. He'll tell you whatever you need to hear. Trying to tell y'all, a little dab of the right fragrance will do just the right job, right? So at the critical moment when Boaz awakened, Ruth didn't rub his feet. Oh, man. Check this out, y'all. Ruth didn't rub his feet, his ear, or give him any other nonverbal signals that would make her presence more suggestive. She stopped. With a fearful, cracking voice, she spoke to Boaz about a responsibility based on the teaching of Scripture. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me, okay? When he woke up, thrill is gone, babe. Yeah. Here's what she said. She said, you should marry me because you're a near kinsman. Wait a minute. I thought all you deep women said that women should not get on one knee and propose to the man. I thought that's what y'all told me. But I'm reading in the Bible here. I'm reading in the Bible. Ooh, that's the book for me. I'm reading in the scripturings. It say that Ruth proposed to Boaz. Because why? Y'all told me y'all don't do that. That's beneath you. But she proposed to the man. The figure is spread your covering over your maid. That is the text. That is the saying. Spread your covering over your maid. Right? It's a statement about marriage. You need to marry me. That's what she said to him. Buddy said, have you deactivated your inbox? Boy, I can't stand this man. I told y'all I hate my best man, right? It does not describe the blanket under which they are laying or lying. Yeah, Joe said, nothing says sex like scripture. Okay? Yeah. It doesn't describe the blanket under which they are lying. In other words, it means put your cover over me as a husband. Even today, Jews in many different settings get married under a canopy, which is the same notion that is translated covering. Covering. Guess who else said this? God said it in Ezekiel chapter 16. He said, when God draws near to Israel, his fallen young bride, and initiates a marriage relationship with her. The same language is used. God tells the people, I found you. You were bleeding, drowning in your own blood. He says, and I took my covering, my skirt, and I covered you. That's what God said to Israel. That's what Ruth asked Boaz to do. Cover me. That means marry me. So that's why the scripture says he's married to the backslider. Man, this is too much. This is too much. It's too much for me. I can't do it. Okay? Yeah. I gotta end this, y'all. Let me end this. I guess she just made it a bit easier for him. Yeah, right. Some women know how to talk the talk when she want that thing. Yep. Sure do. Y'all are pretty good at that. Y'all are good at that. Now, so if we are brides and Christ is the groom, and y'all are looking for Christ and you're searching out for him, aren't you asking Christ to marry you as the bride? Or the potential bride. You're not a bride yet, right? We are not Christ's bride yet. That's why there's going to be a marriage supper of the Lamb. All right. So if you're not saved, you're not betrothed to Christ or nothing like that. You're just not saved. So how do you become saved? Huh? How long does it take for a man to know that he has met the woman he wants to marry? 5 minutes. Next question. 5 minutes. 5 days. 2 weeks. 6 months. 2 years. Pick one. Do y'all know what I mean by that? Clock keeper? I see you. Do y'all know what I mean by that? 5 minutes. I know marriages that have been together for 60 years. It was love at first sight. That night, they got married. I know relationships that took a year. He realized this got to be the one. So what am I saying? Case by case. Case by case. Because a lot of times, especially nowadays, men don't really know what they want. One reason is there's so many choices out there. There's so many choices. Number two, not saying that there wasn't no choices back then, but there's so many choices today that the women today are so hot and bothered today that they are knocking on his door. You see, back then the women were a little more reserved. During your mother, your grandmother, your great grandmother, or something like that, they were more reserved and they were ladies in waiting. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's a prostitute. Okay, they were waiting. Okay, they were not dominatrix. They were waiting for the man. All right, but trust me, they were at a certain place to be found. Yeah. Joyce said, but not 15 years. Oh, man. I'm just waiting for one of those cool breezes to come through. Oh, my God. Joe Hill said 6 dates. 6 dates. He good. He good. Confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus is Lord. Oh, okay. Lisa is answering my question. All right. How do you become saved? Confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus is Lord. So are you asking Christ to marry you as the bride? Lisa Akins, are you asking Christ? You're the bride, which means you're playing the woman part. Are you asking Christ to marry you? This is also sudden. Oh my. That's Christ saying. This is also sudden. It's also sudden. All right. Are you? Michelle says, yes, you are. So ladies, I am not telling you to go out there and propose to brothers. I still think you should not do that. As a matter of fact, somebody sent it to me. It's on the wall. I think it was on the wall. Who was that? Who was that? Statistics show that the men who approach the women or propose to her are the marriages that last longer than the ones when the woman proposed to the man. I agree with that stat, and I haven't even studied it too much. Hot, bothered, horny, brazen. Yeah. So, ladies, please. Be patient with him, okay? 'Cause God is not through with him yet, right? Wait as much as you can. Don't wait too late and too long, all right? Drop a subtle hint, bam. what is the subtle hint? Sometimes the subtle hint is just the eyes. I told y'all about the eyes in my Romance in the Park. The eyes is the most precious and most romantic part of the body to a man in every aspect of life. The eyes, the windows to the soul. Those eyes. Watch a man look at you. Yeah, he look at your breasts, he look at your legs, he look at your butt. All right, he might even look at your camel toe. You ladies who like to show that part in church. Not sure why. Doing praise and worship. Kirk Franklin is playing and you going up and down, and then you bend over and then bam, there's camel toes everywhere. And then now the deacons got to look they got to find out. All of a sudden the deacons are saved now. They all in the Bible. And, hey, brother, turn. What does this say right here? Huh? What? You should be watching that. No, I can't watch that, bro. I'm bad enough. Like I don't drink no more. You don't know I don't drink no more. I don't even smoke no more. I can't look at that. What? I don't do the brothel no more. Why I got to go to church and watch the brothel? Okay. All right, so drop subtle hints. Sometimes it's just in the eyes. Just look at them from across the room. I didn't say wink. Just look at him. Catch his eye. And then mind your own business. That man will look at that and say, ooh, what is that? What? Did you see that, bro? What? Well, I don't see nothing. She looked at me. There it is right there. And then go on. Leave the building. Watch what happens tomorrow. Watch what happens tomorrow. He gonna look at you and wait to see that eye was right for him. He waiting for it to be confirmed, and you look at him again. He like, that's it. I'm going over to the table. I'm going over there to the bench. I'm going wherever y'all are. You could be in the library, right? I'm walking over there. Bruh, no, man. She interested. All right, Proverbs chapter 6. Sorry, clock keeper. We on extended time. Proverbs chapter 6 talk about the eyes. That's how sadistic it is. What does it say here? What it say here? The devil says, I'm done with the teaching. What does it say here? My son, keep their father's commandment and forsake not the law. He said, bind them continuously upon thy heart. He said, when thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. Then he said in 23, for the commandment is a lamp. All right. Then he said in 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. He says, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Ooh. The batting and the winking of the eye is alluring to men. So that's why somebody on here said, I don't see it. Just drop the hanky. Do the old school way. Walk away. Miss, yes. You dropped something. Oh, thank you. How are you? How's your day? Drop the hanky. It's the oldest trick in the book, but it worked. I think that's how my mom and daddy met. It was hanky drop night at the church. I will not chase a man, but I like when men pursue. All right, Michelle, go on. Do the Carter boys know about this? I agree. The eyes and smile is the most attractive part to a man. Come on, Grace. Come on. I was waiting on you. Where you been, Grace? Huh? You so is amazing, Grace. You can see. You can't see because you always doing these. Why Blessed always messing with me, huh? Can somebody call Blessed for me, huh? Can somebody write her a rebuke letter? We gonna Blessed, put your mailing address down here. We gonna write you a rebuke letter. Booty is in the. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go because Joe Hill acting a fool. It's true, but I gotta go. Yeah, drop the hanky, y'all. Drop it. Even how you shake a hand. Shake the hand. All right. Now, how you shake the hand is very important. Don't be limp. don't be so limp till he like, there's no strength in this woman. I've shaken some women's hands where you try to be so romantic and cute and what have you. I know you're interested, but can you put a little firmness in there? Don't be such a damsel in distress. It's just, really? Lady, huh? Gotta grip my hand. How you doing? Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Okay? Now, I ain't gonna do that for y'all. Get the book, all right? I talk about these 4 women. Girl A is that chick who bat her eyes out of Proverbs chapter 6. She nasty, all right? And she do all the things to get, she drops, her hints are not subtle. They boom, big hits, all right? And she dressed a certain provocative way, kind of like Ruth, right? But her intent is not like Ruth's. Girl B does the same thing. The mistress, same thing. Girl D, the crazy lady, does the same thing. Lilith. Hers is even more dangerous. But this girl C, Phoebe, oh my God. Here's Phoebe. Oops. Oh my word. Can someone help me? That's Phoebe. I like her. She all right by me. All right. And if the brother's interested, he not just gonna pick it up. He gonna say, can I carry your books? Can I take you home? Can I pay your bus fare? Can I buy your dinner? Can I buy your drink? Can I raise your kids? Can I? Okay, because he like that hint right there. That's all I needed. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. It's dinner time in the Jones house. Good lesson. Thank you, son of a preacher man. Yeah, that's good. I'll call that fish hands. I taught my sons about the seduction and Proverbs. Okay, that type of leave your tongue. Yeah, that's good. Joyce, I hate. Whoo, yeah. Put some Carol said, put some lotion on them hands. I love y'all. Hey, if you're on YouTube, it feels good to say that. If you're on YouTube, hit the share button, hit the thumb, hit the Boaz thumb, and just scream out to YouTube, say, hey, he's back. Guess who's back? Hey, and also do me a favor. I'm getting ready to do my 1970s shows, so I need you to go to Mix. I need you right now, right after this show here, go to Mixcloud.com. Mixcloud.com. All right? Go there and get you an account, because here is where I will be hanging out. Mixcloud. My profile here. Okay? That will be me. Matter of fact, that's me right now. If you see that right there? That's me. I'm live now. For those of you who are watching me, I will be doing my 1970s show every Friday. Okay, until further notice. All right, every Friday. Get a Mixcloud account and go to the Sirwalterj show. Go there tonight. Go there now if you got 2 devices, and become a follower, because they won't block me here. I can do whatever I want to. I will be dressing up in my 70s attire every Friday, and we're going to be playing the hits from 1970 to 1979 every Friday. All right, go there now, Mixcloud, and set up an account. Okay, do that, and meet me Friday. I'll have my fro all dabbed out, and we getting ready to jam to the hits from 1970 to 1979. It's about to be on and popping. Okay, go there, get you an account. Go to Sirwalter or download the app and just follow me. And man. Now, unfortunately for Mixcloud, once you miss the live, you can't replay it. It's gone. That's the reason why, is because we pay a fee. Mixcloud pays a fee so that I can play any music I want to without me getting copyright strikes like YouTube and Facebook do. So you can play any music you want to. Mixcloud sends money to the authors. Understand? But it's done live, and once the live is done, you can't see it no more on Mixcloud. So you got to be there on time. Fridays, I'll be doing those shows at 9 o'clock. Okay? All right? Other than that, if you want to see it again, well, you're going to have to go to my website, and I'll have to find a way to put it up there because I can't put these lives on Facebook nor YouTube because, again, they'll get snatched. So if you miss the Mixcloud 70 show, you're going to miss it. All right? And you'll have to go to my website, which I'm setting that up, and I can put those videos up there. Got it? Download the app. You are good to go. Meet me Friday at 9 o'clock, and let's boogie like it's 1970, because that's when I'm going to start. 1970. It's going to be fun. If you're too deep and too saved and sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, that with a mind and fire, burning fire, don't come. Don't come over there. Don't come because, well, it ain't for you. But it's for us who having some good old-fashioned, safe, wholesome fun, playing the hits from 70 to 79. All right, this Friday we're featuring 1970. The following week will be 1971, then 1972, and on. We'll be playing commercials, and jingles, theme songs. Y'all was at my birthday, right? Well, here it is. Gotta go. I love y'all. Hey, this white woman was gonna tell you about the book. Get it, and we'll see you on the wall tomorrow. Maybe. Not sure. Peace.
Fellas, does it seem like you can't get a good woman? Ladies, wonder why you can't keep a man? Then read The 4 Women That Men Desire, Volume 1, by Sirwalterj to figure out how to break the cycle. Go to Amazon.com to get your copy today.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.